45. Some days it can be pretty long. It just kind of depends what type of 40. It just depends on what type of day you're doing. You know, some days it can be pretty short. But usually I at least work, I think 12 or 13 hours a day, maybe a little longer. I've worked probably 17, 16 hours at my last job, thanks to the great law of the Texas 12. I hate that shit. If I met that person that made that, I'd probably slap him. Or run you like a Hebrew slave, buddy. Yes, sir. 30 miles an hour. We're at a good slow speed. I'll probably drink some coffee. I don't even think there'd be truck drivers if there was no caffeine, unless there was some other kind of stimulant. But there could be truck drivers without caffeine. They just probably wouldn't run them long days and all these long miles and shit. But shit, dude, I don't think I could ever even do a whole day without drinking caffeine. Not unless it's a short day. You also kind of drive a little differently depending on what time of the day it is too. Like if you just came to that town during the daytime when there's more people out, you'd probably be a little more cautious and looking out for people trying to cross the road, or like maybe a little kid, you know, crossing the street or running after a ball. You know, at least I do. I think different situations when I come through a city like that. It helps me be more cautious. I'll be a little more careful in the daytime. You know, obviously this early in the morning there's probably not going to be too many people out, but in the daytime or the evenings I'm a little more cautious going through places. So dirty. We need to wash that one. Probably do that when we stop for fuel. Looks like the sun's coming up. See a little bit better. I think I'm gonna do 65 now. get into truck driving, man, I recommend trying to get a good trainer is the main thing, man. Because when you first start off, you get a bad trainer, man, it's gonna suck. Trust me. I went through two trainers before I found the best trainer, in my opinion, which was an older man that's been driving over 20 plus years. The first trainer I had, he even teach me how to back up anything. I think I backed up one time, and it was a straight back in an empty parking lot with no stripes on the ground. It was a dirt parking lot. But yeah, man, that dude was something else. We'll just leave it at that. We weren't with him too long, maybe like 3 or 4 days. The second one, man, we got along pretty well at first. You know, we were together for quite a while. I think I did like maybe 100 hours of driving until we actually got into it. And I basically missed a turn because he was talking to me, and he talks pretty loud. He's a big dude. He talks pretty loud, and the GPS wasn't so loud. So I've already got hearing damage from working in the oil field when I was younger, you know, chasing the big bucks and all. And yeah, so I didn't hear it and I missed the turn. This dude just lost his shit, dude. Like, he act like it was the end of the world. He act like just by one freaking turn we were gonna be like an hour late just because of that. And all we had to do was go down. We were on the highway too. All we had to do is go down to the next exit, which wasn't that far away. We were like in California, you know, around all the cities and shit. And all we had to do is go down one exit and go underneath the bridge and go back. This dude starts yelling at me and shit, dude. Like, I got pissed. I told him real quick, like, man, like, hey, buddy, you may be yelling at all of the other trainers and trainees or whatever the hell, but shit, I didn't sign up for that shit.